Hello. I don't know why it's not showing.
Just says starting soon. So you have to press something on your end to go live. Oh.
Hi. Hopefully there's some people can see this. Right, welcome to the Getting Started in Leadership video. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, okay, so it's doing the whole lot.
It's just starting.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how to mute you. Sorry.
Right, sorry, technical issues. Okay, so welcome to Getting Started in Leadership with AVON. This is just a kind of whistle-stop tour of what you can do with AVON, how it can affect you, and how you can earn some extra money. No idea. Right, so as I said, we're just going to kind of do it as a crash course, if you like. So first steps, obviously you're already an AVON rep, or if you're not, then you really should be. The principles of leadership are really, really simple. All you are doing is showing other people how to do what you already do. So you're finding, recruiting, training and developing other AVON representatives. Now obviously it's a self-employed role, and we get asked this all the time: how does it affect your tax, how does it affect your benefits? You will need to find this out for yourself. In a nutshell, your benefits, there is always an allowed amount that you can earn every single week before it affects your benefits. It depends which benefits you're on as to how much that is. You will need to find that out. I can't possibly give you advice on it because I could be wrong and then I'll be in hot water. In terms of tax, from when you start as a sales leader, you have 3 months to notify Land Revenue that you are self-employed. Don't be freaked out by this though. It's really simple. All you do, just Google register self-employed UK. It will take you to a gov.uk link. There will be a contact number on there. You ring them up, you say what it is you're doing. They're really nice, they're really helpful. You just explain it all. Then you're registered. They will then send a form through to you to say that you're all registered. If you're not planning on building a big team, when you register, ask them for what's called a small earnings exemption certificate. What this basically does is it means that you don't have to pay your class 2 national insurance, which is £2.50 a month, and you also get a really, really simplified tax return. Don't be freaked out by tax returns either. They are so simple. All you need to do, as with any business, keep a record of how much money you've got coming in terms of how many orders you've got as a rep, and how much you've earned as a sales leader, and how much your costs are. So as a rep, that's really simple. You've got your AVON invoice. Don't forget to record all your mileage and any other things that you buy towards your business. Just keep the receipts for them. Log them all down on a spreadsheet. That's it. You know, it really isn't as freaky as people think it's going to be. The huge benefit of being self-employed, you don't have a boss. Don't think of Sasha or me as your bosses, because we're not. Our job is to act as your mentors, to help guide you, to answer your questions as you're going along. You work how and when you want. We will tell you what best practice is. We'll tell you the things that we know work for us. We'll tell you the things that we know definitely don't work, and we'll also tell you the things that are going to break the rules and get you into trouble. Don't be tempted to take shortcuts. It doesn't work long term. If you want to build a business doing this, you've got to do it right from the outset. There's a reason things are called best practices, because AVON as a company know they work. Okay, so the pay structure is really, really easy. It again can seem quite daunting. In a nutshell, from the get-go, you need to have 5 people in your team to get paid as a sales leader. Before you have the 5 people in your team though, every single person you find, when they put in their first order, so when you found them, trained them, shown them how to put in the order, and they press that submit button, you are going to get a, oh sorry, it has to be over the minimum order value, so over £85. You're going to get a £10 bonus. Yeah, £10 bonus for their first order. When they do a second order, so 3 weeks later, they put that second order in over the minimum order value, you're then going to get another £15. So every single person who joins your team and you train and look after is going to be worth £25 straight away. That's up to 40 people. So it's £1,000 worth of bonuses just sitting there waiting for you to go and grab them. You have 6 campaigns, which is 18 weeks to go and find those 40 people. We will show you how to find people. That's part of our training. We'll come out with you. We'll show you how to do Facebook advertising on Gumtree, door knocking. Again, don't be freaked out by door knocking. It really is simple. People know the Avon name. It's not like you're knocking on the door and selling them double glazing. You are knocking on the door saying, would you like to earn some extra money? People either say yes or no. If they say yes, you tell them more about it. You then go and sign them up. But again, don't be freaked out. We'll show you how all of this works. You can also go to events. Quite often area managers and us will put on events. So for example, tomorrow we're off to a market. We'll sit there with the gazebo in the market. As people come past, just say, would you like to earn some extra money? We're trying to find people to work with Avon. That's it. They say yes or no. You know, if they say yes, you've got a team member. If they say no, not a problem. Once those first 6 campaigns are out of the way, from then to the end of your first year, so your first full 12 months with Avon, if you're growing your team and if your sales are growing, every single campaign, you can get another bonus for sales growth. And there's up to £4,000 worth of bonuses there. So I'm just going to crib up on this because I can't remember these ones off by heart. So if by your 7th campaign, your team is selling at least £3,000 worth of products, and that includes your sales as well, you're going to get £150 bonus. If by your 8th campaign, you get £4,000 worth of sales, you get another £150. By your 9th campaign, £5,000 worth of sales, you're going to get another £150. However, if in your 7th campaign you'd already hit that £5,000, you would get 3 lots of bonuses in one go. So you get £450 straight away. These keep going. So by your 18th campaign, that's the one for your first full year. If your team is selling £16,000 worth of Avon in that 3-week period, you're going to get a £650 bonus. If you've hit all of these bonuses, that's £4,000 extra bonus available to you. So you've got £1,000 for recruiting in the first place and up to £4,000 for growing your team. So your first year, you've got £5,000 worth of bonuses just sitting there waiting for you to take them. Once you've got your 5 people, so when you're starting, you've got your 5 people, your sales plus their sales, all added together. As long as that comes to at least £1,000, you've got your 5 people, and your own order is over the higher order value, which is currently £155. As soon as that happens, you qualify as a coordinator. What that means is you're now going to start earning commission from your team. And how the commission works is you get 4% of the sales your team has generated. Doesn't sound a lot, but it adds up really, really quickly. So if you've got your 5 people and each of them are, I'm rubbish with on-the-spot maths, but if you had 5 people, as a rough rule of thumb, you're going to be earning between £15 and £30 every 3 weeks. That's not a huge amount, but it's every single 3 weeks. You're going to get 18 lots of that in a year. If you've got 10 people, double that. You know, it obviously depends how much they're selling because you're working on percentages. But if you're training your team well, they'll sell well. If they sell well, they're going to stay as reps. And if they stay as reps, you earn every 3 weeks from what they're doing, and you earn good money from what they're doing. Once you're at that level, if you then double your team, so you get 10 people, and your sales, your group sales become £2,000, all of a sudden you become an advanced coordinator and you get an extra % commission. So you're now on 5% commission. And the same again, if you then add another 5 people to your team, so you get at least 15, and your group sales are at least £4,000, you get up to 6% commission, and so on and so forth. All told, there's 12 different levels of leadership. At the minute, I'm just going to concentrate on the coordinator one. Once you're moving through the coordinator ranks, I'll work with you and show you how you can then move on to the next level, which is called leader level. So hopefully that's slightly more clear. Next time I see you, I will bring out one of these leaflets and go through it in a bit more detail with you, so it makes a bit more sense. On top of that, the Avon love running incentives, competitions, prizes, and all of these are things that they're going to give you as an extra for doing what you're doing anyway. So they might vary from find somebody in your team who becomes a sales leader. Incidentally, there isn't one of those running at the minute. That isn't why I'm doing this. but they do run those quite frequently. Might be grow your team. So find 3 extra people in your team and we'll give you £100 bonus. You know, it might be find a certain number of people in a 3-week period. It might be how many people, the value of your group sales, you know, increase that by a certain percentage. It might be how many of your reps are actually placing orders. There are all kinds of different incentives, and for the last 8 months, there has permanently been a cash incentive on offer. There has always been something you can work towards where you can get extra cash just arriving in your account for free. On top of that, the whole country is divided into divisions. Where we are at the minute is called Diamond Division. Quite often there's an incentive set on by the division that is separate to the national one. And then on top of that, we also do team incentives. So we'll do our own competitions, things that you can work towards. So it could be you go off, you find 5 people to join your team, and just by finding those 5 people, as well as all the things you were going to get anyway, you also qualify for a national incentive and get a cash bonus. You could then qualify for a divisional incentive and get something like a meal out at a posh restaurant, invite to a party, something like that. And you might also, for the same 5 people, qualify for our incentive and get something else. You know, we give away books, mascara stands, all things. The things we give away tend to be things that are going to help you grow your business, because that's what we're interested in you doing. Our job is to help you get there. Right. Something really important. You are running a business. If you're coming into AVON Leadership, you need to look at it as a business. Because of that, there are certain standards we expect from you. We expect you, when you're out recruiting, to look professional. And this doesn't mean you've got to be wearing a suit the whole time, but it does mean I don't really want you out in ripped leggings or ripped jeans and a scruffy t-shirt. You know, you're presenting yourself. If you present yourself in a professional way, people will treat you professionally. So you get a much better response from people. They'll also then view it as a business themselves, which means they will actually put in effort. If they're putting in effort, you're earning money. Obviously, that then extends onto social media. If you're on Facebook, please, please, please don't be on Facebook whinging about things that go wrong. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. Every single day, something will happen that you're not 100% keen on. Please don't then jump straight into Facebook and say, Avon's rubbish because blah, blah, blah. Because your friends might actually at that moment be thinking, oh, I've been thinking about joining Avon. I'd love to join Tony's team. Oh, yeah, but oh, I don't know, because he's complaining about this, that, and maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be. You shoot yourself in the foot if you go onto Facebook and do that, or Twitter, or Google Plus, or whichever social network you're on. It makes sense for you to be positive about what you're doing. And if you're doing it the way that we're showing you to, it's not difficult to be positive, because you'll be earning good money, you'll be growing, you'll be getting lots and lots of recognition, you'll be getting prizes. What's not to like? Right, so when you're growing your team, again, we will show you this when we come show you how to do appointments, how to prospect, so on and so forth. You've always got to be thinking, who's my next superstar? Who's the next person that can be me? Who's the next person that I can show how to do what I'm doing and grow their team? Yes, you can spend your whole life going off and recruiting people, and I've got no plan to stop doing that for a very long time, because I enjoy doing it and I like helping people to earn extra money. But you've also got to be looking at who can do what you do and who would benefit from earning the extra money. If you can not only mentor people to be good Avon reps, but mentor people to be good leaders, the sky is literally the limit. There is no reason you cannot go all the way through those 12 ranks of leadership and end up bringing in a serious amount of money. To put this into context, just before Christmas, between Sasha and myself, our paycheck was coming in. We were earning £1,000 a week. We've only been doing this 2 years. That is not pie in the sky money. It is very, very possible. You can do it. It is hard work. There will be setbacks. There'll be days where you feel on top of the world and on cloud 9. You know, things just go absolutely perfect. There'll also be days where things don't go 100% perfect. And the people who succeed in this business are the people who recognize that and just plow on through. We will show you how to appoint people. We'll come and do your first couple of appointments with you. We'll show you how to look after them, how to communicate with them. on that note, communication is key. If you're planning on finding people to join your team, showing them how to do it, and then walking away and leaving them to it, please don't recruit in the first place. You need to look after your team. You need to keep them informed about what's on the table for them, make sure that they know what's going on, but also help them. They're tiny, tiny little things, if they're not dealt with, can become massive things in the eyes of your representatives. So keep in contact with them, find out what's happening, see what you can do to help. I don't want you running their business for them. That's not the point at all, but you need to show people how to deal with things so that they can then move forwards. So you can do that via text, via Facebook, via phone call, and most importantly, face-to-face. Everything with Avon, when you appoint someone, you have to go and see them face-to-face. You cannot appoint them on the phone. Please don't do that. You will have your account closed down. You can't take shortcuts. And as I said right at the very start, you don't want to take shortcuts because it isn't going to benefit you. You want to be setting your business up from the get-go in a sensible way so that people know you're there to help, but also know it's a business, and you know that the standards that I'm asking you to follow, you should be asking your team to follow as well. And that's the whole point of the business. It's duplication. You do what you do it really well. You find other people and show them how to do it really well. You do that, you earn money. Okay, we have our Facebook groups. I would encourage you, if you're going to grow your team, to also set up your own Facebook group, and as you appoint people into your team, invite them into your group. Okay, it's a really simple way of keeping in contact with a lot of people. I don't want that to replace your face-to-face contact. I don't want it to replace you phoning your representatives, but it's there as a simple, easy way of saying, if all your reps are in the same area, for example, you can use your Facebook group to say, don't forget your bills need to be paid today. Don't forget the order's due tomorrow. Don't forget delivery's coming today, because you'd be surprised how many people do forget that the driver's going to be turning up. So, you know, that will make your life a lot easier. But it also means if you're not available and one of your team has a question, they can ask the other people in your team. And you hopefully you see that in our group, that people do help each other out. And lastly, events. Avon as a company for sales leaders puts on so much training, and I mean oodles of training. Bearing in mind we're all self-employed, this training comes at ridiculously cheap prices. The next one's in February. It's £20 for a whole day's training. And the people who train, they're not just like good for Avon. They're some of the best trainers in the country, and they get the business, they understand what we're doing, and they will show you and talk you through how to do different things. Obviously, we'll do training as well. We do our own events. Obviously, today was one where we planned you to come here, and for various reasons that hasn't happened. So we'll do training like this over the internet. We'll do face-to-face training with you. There's also, as I said, the Avon events, and we also have divisional events. So these will be things that you can go along, if only to go and meet other sales leaders who are doing it in a different way. I don't want you to become a clone of me. I don't want you to become a clone of Sasha. I want you to be your own sales leader, running things your way. So hopefully that makes sense. It is a bit of a whistle-stop tour. I will do my best to come out and see all of you in the next couple of days, and take you through it, show you face-to-face how to do what I'm doing, walk the walk that I've just spoken about. Any questions you've got, please text, Facebook, email, ring, save them up for when I come to see you. But yeah, so good luck.